Deliana Escobare, candidate for Master of Science in Software Engineering, will present the student address on behalf of the class of 2017.
Thank you, Father Holschneider, faculty, staff, students, families. To the class of 2017, I don't want to pretend I have the credentials to give advice. I have been at DePaul for both my undergraduate and graduate degrees, and I know DePaul has no shortage of brilliant individuals with amazing stories. People who faced incredible odds to get an education. I had the privilege of going to school with people starting companies as well as starting families, all while going through midterms and finals. There is no doubt there is much to learn from these stories. But today, I would like to share the simple lessons I have learned through mine. Lesson 1, you are not a self-made person. I completely plagiarized that lesson from Father Holschneider. I heard him say it a number of times, but hey, I already have my degree, so I will risk academic integrity. I believe that no one here made it completely on their own merits, and I am no exception. I immigrated to the United States from Bolivia when I was 18 years old to work as a nanny. Thank you. As it is true for so many immigrants, I face much uncertainty alone, but I cannot, in good conscience, claim that I did it all by myself. During the spring quarter of my junior year in undergrad, I was facing the quintessential student problem. I had no idea where to find the funds to pay for tuition. And my mom, who lives in Bolivia, and who had spent the last decade struggling to find financial stability, sold a piece of land where she was dreaming one day she could build a house, all to see me stay in school one more term. My mom is my hero, but I am sure you are thinking of your own personal heroes right now. Yeah, you had the tenacity to get through the challenges that earned you the seat you're sitting on today. But don't forget there's a large supporting cast of friends and family and faculty and even alumni donors who believed in you, who had a resource, an opportunity, and they gave it to you. Recognizing the opportunities that you had should prompt you to open up new ones. You will be shaping today's workforce. You will be creating new businesses or helping other businesses grow, and you will now hold opportunities to give to others. This is your chance to create a workforce where our differences are strengths. A workforce where any race, any gender, any age is one more teammate helping pull in the same direction. No one is a self-made person. So let's see what amazing things can happen when we help someone else make their dreams come true. Lesson 2, never stop reinventing yourself. I have learned a great deal during this degree, but one of the greatest lessons is that we can become a completely different person if we consistently work on developing our strengths. I know now that my ability to learn is not based on some innate personality trait, but on the amount of time we dedicate to hone our craft each day, fueled by lots of coffee. Take a moment and contemplate how much you've grown since day one at DePaul. I still find it hard to believe that just a few years ago, I could not write a single line of computer code. And through the course of this degree, I built web applications, I built mobile apps, I designed databases, and I worked on machine learning algorithms. There were many tears involved to get to this point. But my proudest moments at DePaul always came with a fair amount of discomfort, always at the trade-off of doing something else that was easier. I hope, like me, you find that price well worth it. And I also hope that graduation does not mark the end of your growth. Keep reinventing yourself. The world could use less bystanders and more people curious enough to explore the unknown. And my final lesson, don't strive for success. Strive for meaningful life experiences. Success is an ambiguous term that we set at one point in time, and we often forget to question if it still applies. How many times have you worked so hard to get something, only to ask, is this what I really wanted? Changing careers from accounting into software engineering, I had many worries. I worried about wasted time and effort. I worried about competition, people who chose this career from the start and are now much better than me at the same age. And I worried if I even had what it takes to succeed in this industry. But all those fears were based on my own fleeting definition of success. The way I see it now, there is no success or failure for living a life where I have purpose. Being a software engineer gives me purpose, purpose to think of new ways to solve complex problems, purpose to help anyone, individuals, corporations, nonprofits, to be creative and to turn ideas into products. You don't need to stamp success or failure to your life experiences when the focus is to live them purposefully. And ironically, by that lens, success is just the byproduct of unraveling your passions. So to the class of 2017, I am not qualified to give advice. But if you still like to take mine, be thankful, be curious, fight for that which gives you purpose. Thank you.